So we peak around like 20. We got the best immunity, but then like babies really have that good immunity. I don't know.
Nah, babies have shit immunity.
So how come they ain't dying?
Well, I guess like babies just aren't exposed to it. Parents are probably more.
No, but like they're born in hospitals and stuff. Like
Yeah, but hospitals are probably the most safe.
I don't know.
Maybe,
We'd have
maybe
to
because
research
the
it.
number of babies in this world has probably gone down. So in proportion to like the number of adults dying, it's insignificant.
I don't know, man. It just seems a little bit fishy.
Babies were dying, we know about it.
Yes, what I'm saying.
Babies aren't dying.
No, yeah, I think babies are probably aren't exposed.
Hey, what is up, guys? We're back with another episode of Off Topic. I'm here with my two guests, Needin and Non. What's going on, you two?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. How you been?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I've
good,
been
bro.
good. You two?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome back to Off Topic. Welcome back to Off Topic. And yeah, today we have one person who you've constantly been hearing behind the camera. He's finally come on the other side of the camera. Bassi, you can introduce yourself, Kiza.
Hi, I'm Bassi. I'm the cameraman for the show. And these two said I should jump on.
Yeah,
I have a
definitely.
lot to say, and then, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, before you jump in, obviously make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button if you do like the content.
Post notifications.
Yeah,
Facts,
post notifications obviously. So you get notified when we upload a video. Yeah, and just keep sharing the video. Your response has been amazing so far, and yeah, we have a lot to discuss today. We have some deep topics, some light topics, but yeah, we've got a lot to discuss today.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So yeah, how you been doing?
Yeah,
how
I've
have you been
good.
doing?
Yeah, today's been a bit of a long day.
Yeah, Friday's usually always our busiest day, you know, because
Yeah,
we're just filming for Off Topic and stuff like that. Busy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you guys been reading the news about Football Index?
Yeah.
It's been
that was-
crazy, right?
Yeah, that was very sad what
very,
happened.
very crazy.
Yeah. So, what actually is Football Index, just for the people back home?
It's like basically the stock market, but with football players instead. So people buy stocks and players, and if they perform well, they earn dividends on their players that they earn. And then, so for like the past couple of years, Football Index has been very profitable for people. Like I've just seen on Twitter, people made like hundreds of thousands of it, but the business model was just not sustainable. But like they just didn't know at the time, and it just ended up being a huge Ponzi scheme. So everyone was dumping their money. So and then when they cut the prices that they pay back to these people, the player stock just plummeted, and people lost like hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Wait, so the price cut was
Yeah, so the
All
price cut
the-
happened because the dividends were cut. So the amount of returns they could
Yeah.
actually get for the players went down. So they're like, yeah, I don't want to hold these players anymore. They just sold them, and
And then that
the
just tanked the
prices
price.
plummeted, probably like 80 to 90%.
yeah. I was seeing it. We were seeing it like Jadon Sancho or some shit was
Yeah. So Jadon
£8.
Sancho used to be £8,
£8.
and now he's like 70p or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm very much against Football Index. The whole concept of it.
Really?
Because it's a gambling product. It's advertised as a gambling product, but I think it genuinely preys on consumers.
No, I think it's the opposite. I think it's like it's advertised as like a financial thing, like it's actual stocks.
Oh yeah. Like, no,
Yeah,
they
like
do
an
put-
investment.
yeah, the way it's advertised is like it's not advertised directly as a
Gambling.
as a gambling product, but it does say gambling product.
Yeah.
And but it's like that's the way they get out of it.
Yeah, and the big thing is that it's regulated by the gambling authorities, not the
Yeah.
FCA.
Yeah.
So all the people
Ah.
that have their life savings in, they would have lost it. There's no
Yeah.
insurance for
Yeah,
that.
there's no insurance for that. Yeah.
But the thing is, it's interesting. You said you don't like Football Index because it's gambling as such, because you're gambling in plays and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like we do it with crypto. So what's the difference?
No, but crypto is different. There's insurances for the indexes
Yeah,
and
that's-
the
The
exchanges.
actual market itself is literally a regulated gambling product. Like
Yeah.
that is what it is on the tin. They don't advertise it like the way it comes across is literally like as if it's a stock market.
Yeah, and also
But-
the CEO and like the whole company was just full of lies. So like at every board meeting and every announcement, they'll be like, "Yeah, we got loads of liquidity.
Yeah.
We're still doing good. We're still doing good." But they just weren't.
Yeah, to be fair,
They didn't
football-
want people to just take their money out, and then when they did, yeah.
Football Index is an interesting one. I never actually saw this coming because in terms of like legitimate companies, they look quite good because their governance
Yeah.
was all right. Because they recently just took on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah,
The
literally.
guy that runs it, he's high up, the chief executive or something from the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
They brought him on board for
Wait, on for Football Index.
Football
Yeah,
Index,
they had
yeah.
like a huge board.
Yeah,
I think
huge.
they sponsored my local team. They sponsored QPR.
Yeah.
That's how I heard about
Damn.
them.
Wait, your local teams?
It's QPR,
QPR.
Brentford.
Brentford.
I think even another thing is like the software that they used. So because they were able to bring on the guy from New York Stock Exchange,
Yeah.
some of the like technology from New York Stock Exchange, they were able to emulate that within the app as well. So it's like in terms of everything, it did look like a very legitimate product.
Yeah, it
But at
did.
the end of the day, it is a gambling product. So
Yeah, I just didn't realize how much money people had in it.
yeah, people had a lot. of
Because
money.
like I remember we were talking about like a month ago. I was like,
yeah, one time
oh, should I buy Lacazette
Yeah.
stocks as a joke and stuff? I thought people would have had like
Pepe
10 to 20
stocks.
pounds, but like if you go on Twitter, hashtag Football Index, you see guys have lost like 40,000, 60,000,
Yeah.
100,000.
People drop their like mortgage and stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me.
I think
like.
this is a trend that why do people do this? Why are you leveraging your mortgages and stuff?
It comes back to the point
Yeah.
that banks don't give enough interest. People just trying to
Yeah,
get rich quick.
I hear that, but it's just like, come on, man. Sometimes just be a bit more financially smart.
Yeah, man. Just
It's
Like
just
sometimes
buy the
it probably
index.
is worth like I can understand like high risk, high reward, but some
Yeah,
people.
I
just-
think that's just the base of it. Like it's just high risk, high reward, right? It's like they're currently in debt, so it's like, oh, let me leverage my mortgage,
Yeah,
so I
whatever
can
I
flip
have,
it,
innit?
double
Yeah,
it, and then
yeah.
just pay off my mortgage and then have money to spend.
yeah.
To be fair, what we're talking about, like,
In hindsight.
index, but like, is it fair to?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really don't
definitely
think it's
No,
not.
no, it's not to blame
Definitely
consumers.
not.
It definitely
Like,
is to
it's
blame the actual company itself.
That's
Yeah,
it's an incentive as well, right? Because it's
Yeah.
football. Like people
Yeah.
that
That's
love
what I'm
football,
saying.
there's
It's the way-
obviously
it's the way
better
they
players.
marketed it to consumers is crazy. Because even until you know when we were speaking about like 2 months ago,
Yeah.
until that's when I realized that like it's technically like a gambling product.
Yeah.
I thought it operated under the same sort of rules and regulations as like Trading 212, etc. But it doesn't. It's
Yeah.
quite literally just a gambling product.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they just cut the prices.
Yeah.
And also one big thing like they're talking about on Twitter is like who was heavily affected by this? Middle-aged men in the UK, most susceptible to suicide.
Yeah.
And then so people have lost their life savings, hundreds of thousands
it's
of pounds.
big
Yeah.
detriment to your mental health, innit? Because
Yeah.
it's just so much stress that you take on.
Even I've been
There's so
speaking
much
to people who've just like lost their money because you could just easily direct message
Yeah.
them on Twitter. Yeah, and I was speaking to this one guy. He lost 12,000 and stuff.
Flipping hell, man.
Do you think it's gonna? Like, what do you think is the solution to it? Is it just people
They've
that
gone to
lost money?
administration now, the Football Index companies.
Yeah.
So hopefully it gets bought out and then
People
Yeah.
get their dividends back.
yeah, but
But do you actually ever see like a? Do you actually see a market for like indexes for football players?
yeah,
Like, obviously, this will turn out to be a Ponzi
It just,
scheme.
it just
Yeah.
depends how it's operated, honestly. Because I think the way the business plan for this one, I think from the start was slightly flawed. Because when I started
Yeah.
looking into how it actually operated, I was like, hang on, that's a bit strange. There's easier ways to do it. I think from the very start, this was set up so at some point, this was set up so they could literally control the prices. Because the difference
Yeah.
with like other exchanges is that although the company that runs the exchange, they could technically influence the prices, not directly, but it's more cutting down service, stopping use, again with the
Right.
Robinhood thing, they're just taking people on, etc. That's how
Yeah.
normal exchange operate. But this one, it's like from the start, it just looked like
yeah,
it was a bit
I think
shady.
it's such a good idea, but it just needs to be redone. They need to like cut dividends, make it low, and maybe even put a max amount of money you could put
Yeah.
into it. So it's just a fun thing, not
Yeah.
like a life and death.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to stock exchanges and stuff, it's like, so Football Index, you're saying that it was manipulated by the company itself, like they were just
Yeah.
determining the prices and stuff. The stock exchanges should be just like free market. Like,
Yeah.
it should just, the price of a stock should just fluctuate based on whether the company is doing well. So in this case, it should just be purely based on whether the football
But the only
is doing
thing
well.
is, it's like because the thing is the reason why you can't like compare stocks to this is that this is technically a CFD. So how it operates is you're not actually buying an asset. You're literally like
Yeah.
buying
Wait, are
into
you
the
not buying
prospect.
an asset?
No,
You're
you're-
not buying an asset.
You're
but it's
buying
like-
into the prospect of that asset going up and down. That's all it is.
but
It's
isn't
like-
that just what you're doing in the stock market as
Nah.
well?
No, because you
No.
actually own the
'cause
stock.
you actually
You
own
don't own
shares,
anything.
like, you can
here.
have a say. You can get
it's
dividends
like-
back from that.
Your dividend that you return
Yeah.
on a stock in a company is purely
Yeah.
based on the performance of
No,
the
no, but
company.
you're still buying an underlying asset. So when you
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you jump on Trading 212 and you buy like £100 of a Tesla, you own £100 worth
Right.
of Tesla.
Yeah.
That doesn't change. With stock, within
Yeah, it's
Football
not like you
Index,
own
it's
like
you're not-
£100
You don't own
of
£100 worth of Lacazette.
the player.
You own-
Yeah,
yeah, you own like a.
Imagine-
There's another company who they put an instrument out and you bet
Yeah.
on the instrument going up or down, and that
Yeah.
instrument relies
As in,
on.
no, you're just betting on like if you actually just isolate the performance of the player,
Yeah,
then
it's just betting.
Yeah, you're just betting on whether the player's going to
Yeah.
perform. or
Yeah.
not.
yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
manipulated easily. Like how they actually did it was they were just taking Opta match ratings,
Yeah.
and seeing if this guy got over an 8, just give everyone who owns him 3p.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Football Index.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of us have ever
Nah.
played around with Football Index like that, but yeah.
It's quite
then-
interesting. We spoke quite recently, so it's quite mad how like it's just combustion.
Like I remember literally the day before I was on the football index just checking
Yeah.
prices. The next day I jump onto it and I see, okay, guys have lost so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
we usually joke about it when we're like watching football games and stuff. We talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Pepe stocks and the Lacazette stocks and stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
like I can't believe like people there's actually something as a Lacazette stock. Like, I always thought it was just
Yeah.
a joke. Oh, like Lacazette stock.
It's an
Pepe
interesting
stock.
concept. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
interesting. But I feel like it needs to be
Redone.
redone,
Top-
like,
top to bottom.
yeah, just given out properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a more fun way actually. Yeah.
I think they just need to. The advertisement of it is. I can't believe that they just. There's okay. I don't know if they have any TV adverts or what, but the way it's just advertised in general on the internet is just crazy. I think that
Yeah.
it just shows
Yeah.
that there needs to be way more regulation out there to protect consumers from companies like this.
It's
that
interesting you
prey
bring up advertisement. Did you see the advertisement for the stimulus check?
on- Similar shit.
The yes.
That was cool.
Yeah,
That
We'll
was
slap
cool.
it in the video if you've not seen it. You might not have. If you're not on Twitter, I don't think you probably have seen it, but
We'll drop. We'll
yeah,
add it in the
drop it
video.
in. It's
yeah.
quite literally like a 10-second trailer, like cinematic trailer of Joe Biden. I don't think Kamala Harris is in it, but it just says $1,400 stimulus check coming to you. It looks like a Comedy Central advert for like for
It's so
like a TV
American,
show.
isn't
It's
it?
so American.
So American.
Like I just like you know it's reached a point where it's like I just stop just calling America tap. It's just America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just this entire Biden administration. I've
It is a
already
joke.
I've already voiced my
Yeah.
negatives about what I think of it, but it's like I don't know. It's too performative. Even on
Yeah.
Twitter, if you see like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's like Twitter, they're just always posting pictures of them just walking somewhere,
Yeah.
and you just think like, why? Like you'd at least
To
do
be-
something.
honestly, it's just the whole country.
I think
itself,
it's
you know?
I think they're pandering to like the young audience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
a
definitely,
lot
definitely.
now.
Social media works.
People want the stimulus.
Yeah.
No, no. Like the stimulus check, don't get me wrong, it's a great thing. Like it's a great step. It's way better than what Trump did. But it's like at the end of the day, I just think it's still kind of performative. Like Biden is doing
Yeah,
it.
but
just for-
all America is just performative.
Yeah, it's just performance, yeah.
how it
Yeah,
works,
true
isn't it?
say.
Because the thing is, like in America, like
and
they're
to be
not
fair,
gonna-
yeah,
Because it's like as long as they get some result, they're happy with it. They're okay to settle with a lot. Like,
Yeah.
You know what it is? I can't even blame Americans. It's just the system itself. Like you either settle, or you get nothing. So it's like,
yeah,
what are you gonna do? And that's reflective of not just America, not just politics, but even like the legal system. You either settle, you get nothing. You go to jail 20 years, or take the deal we offer you, take it or leave it. They just have too
Yeah.
much bargaining power, and that's just
Yeah, so are stimulus checks like hitting accounts today? Is that what you were saying?
I don't know.
I
I still
have
don't
no
know.
clue.
I still have zero clue. But it just says coming to you soon. I think that's what it
Yeah.
said.
Financial markets is going to go haywire.
Yeah, for the-
especially the crypto markets.
Yeah,
that's
crypto
what
markets
we're
are
hoping
crazy.
for.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now, but on the topic of performative and stuff, is like I was saying, like it's performative. Like fair enough, it might be performative, but it's like it's still appealing to the younger generation. Like there's a lot of
definitely.
support.
Yeah.
So
Especially
it does
TikTok
it does
generation.
garner support, and that's their main aim right there. As a
Yeah.
politician, all you want is support
Yeah.
for what
Like,
you want to.
Because it's so crazy. Like I always forget that people actually love, like, especially Americans. They actually, like, this is great for them. Especially
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
you've
they
come
love
out
it.
of 4 years of having Trump. It's like you have to be overjoyed.
Yeah, definitely. Not all of them though. Not
Not all
them.
of them,
Yeah,
but quite a lot of them. It's still a big change for them.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes. I think the biggest change is probably like in terms of environment. Like especially over the past 4 or 5 years, America became very very hostile. A
Yeah.
lot of massive increase in.
Yeah,
in
when they left the
climate
Paris Agreement, there was loads of conflict. In
Yeah,
that.
loads
Yeah,
of
it was
conflict.
crazy.
Back in that.
There was so much backlash towards that when Trump decided to leave the Paris Climate Agreement.
But it's funny, isn't it? Eventually, just went away. It's just.
Yeah, never
Yeah,
forgot
because
about it.
again, like even the Paris Climate Agreement is slightly just still formative as well.
Yeah, a couple countries left it after America. as
Yeah,
well.
only thing is
Yeah.
the whole agreement works if every country in the world like commits
Yeah.
to it. And for starters, like a lot of countries haven't, and then the ones that have, who's holding them to account?
Yeah,
America.
Or is it like, oh, America left, we could also leave, but America's going to get all the heat.
Yeah,
It's kinda- I
think
it's
it's
a
kinda-
media thing, isn't it?
I don't know actually. Like with the Paris Climate Agreement, it's like we obviously don't know the actual content of the agreement,
Yeah.
where the money's going, stuff like that. So I don't know. But it's like them leaving the Paris Climate Agreement 4 years ago. It's like that was just a slowdown of 4 years of progress
Yeah,
that we could have made
Yeah.
towards the climate.
But don't you think Joe Biden's done loads in like 2 months? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
I don't think he
Definitely
has.
done that.
I don't think he has. There's literally
With
like
the
a Twitter
stimulus
page.
check, like fair enough.
No,
yeah,
there's
that's
literally a
fine,
Twitter
yeah.
page that tracks all the stuff he's done. He's done Jackal.
Really?
Like, in terms of like actually impactful stuff, Jackal. He's been here for 2 months. He's done Jackal.
So Paris
I just
Agreement,
support my
stimulus, and that's what he's done.
Yeah, I think there's other
There
stuff as
actually
well.
might
but-
be. There might be other stuff.
But in terms of like
We just
big
don't know
things,
about
I
it.
think it's America. You're never gonna really see big things. That's the whole thing. So
Yeah.
it's like, it
Yeah,
comes
true
down to
say,
that.
true say.
yeah.
Oh, and he bombed Syria, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah, we
can't
can't
forget
forget
that.
about
Can't
that
forget that.
Yeah. That was the worst
so,
thing that he did.
Yeah.
I think they've both authorized like loads of weapons contracts just recently as well.
Yeah.
I think on the topic as well, I saw this really interesting thing earlier this week about One Division and
Yeah.
and the American government. So like look, so
yeah.
there's
No spoilers. No
here.
spoilers.
There's no spoilers here, but spoiler anyway. So it's
Yeah.
like if you've seen One Division or if you've seen any of the Marvel stuff, you'll know that there is like a pro-military sort of
Yeah. There's like a pro-military tint towards like
tint
the
to
show.
like the Marvel films.
Yeah.
Especially people seen like Iron Man, etc.
Oh yeah, true
From
say.
early, it's always been there, and it's really interesting because One Division's kind of there's this guy from the Guardian. He wrote like a opinion piece, but that's where I'm hearing it from. So I'll put the original link to the description to arc in the description. But it was like he was saying how so like even for like the FBI to use the FBI logo in any TV show, you have to get their permission. So they've had to go out and get permission to use that logo, but the FBI will only give it if it's in like a good situation.
Right.
Especially now, recently they've become very selective. So it's like, oh wow, they went to One Division, to Disney to put it in One Division. And then there was another thing about how so like you see a lot of like the military weapons, like
Yeah.
helicopters.
The stuff they use basically in the movies.
So
Yeah.
that was provided to Disney free of cost by the Ministry of Defense for the positive way that they've portrayed the military.
That's
Um,
true.
Yeah.
You even think like Iron Man, private.
Yeah, Iron Man
private
especially,
weapon
yeah.
company.
The whole of Civil War is literally like government versus like
The
anti-establishment
Yeah.
basically. So
This
it's
is
like,
Nahid's like breakdown of the conspiracy into Disney and
yeah.
the US
Thing
government
is,
tie-up.
Disney-
It is very pro-military.
But you know what it is?
Yeah,
Disney's
definitely.
always had history with being pro-military. Because even like during World War II, they were creating like Disney skits to like propaganda skits.
Yeah.
Even like other films and stuff have always
Oh,
been
shit, I
like
didn't know
pro-military.
that.
Disney's had a huge history because especially in
I didn't know
terms
they
of
did
like
skits
filming
during
rights.
World War II.
You don't know that?
No, I didn't
There's
know that.
there's loads of skits.
Thing
Damn.
is, isn't Iron Man anti-military? Isn't the whole point of Iron Man that he should stop making weapons?
No, but I thought you made weapons before though.
Yeah,
like,
before-
you had
yeah,
the missiles
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
But that's because it's getting in the wrong hands.
Yeah, it's getting the wrong hands. Yeah,
Oh, Iron Man.
yeah.
It was like the like even Marvel movies, it's like the fight against terrorism and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, it could be actually propaganda. That's crazy.
I think that's so mad how like
I'm sure there's so many more instances in these Marvel movies where
Yeah.
it's very pro-military, but we just haven't picked it up.
Yeah.
Like it's just the concept of like even if you're gonna take like the comics alone, like it is very.
Yeah, Captain America is
It
literally.
is the boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're all related with one another.
Yeah, definitely.
Defending the nation and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
War
interesting.
terrorists.
Yeah.
One Division. Yeah, if you haven't checked out One Division, then yeah, definitely check
definitely
out
watch
some
it.
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
or you can illegally stream it.
Use
Nah, but check out Disney Plus, definitely. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think on the topic of media campaigns, we were speaking about this earlier. The Burger King campaign this week was
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was
Horrendous.
that was a horror show, man.
That was like I saw that and I
That
was
was
like, there's
appalling,
no
man.
way they. I thought
It
it
was
was
crazy.
like a meme account at first.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously, if you don't know what we're talking about, then Burger King basically they put out an ad slogan.
We'll
That-
put like screenshots of it.
Yeah,
in
that
it,
was
yeah.
intended to like. That's what they said. They intended to promote.
Because International Women's
Yeah.
Day slash week.
Like
yeah.
they intended to promote women chefs. I think
Yeah.
it was something like that.
Only 20% of chefs are.
Oh yeah,
female.
women. So it's like it was but the way they framed it was
No one really looked at.
Yeah.
the way they framed it was really, it was just bad. Like I don't know if I should say it.
Yeah. Oh.
They basically said like women belong in the kitchen. That was the ad slogan,
Yeah.
which is like, it is kind of disturbing to think about.
And they just followed it up with like some PR nonsense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
PR bullshit. Like, it's just crazy.
It's America, innit?
Yeah, I
Is it
can't
just
be-
America?
Did its job though.
He did his job.
Yeah, it's gonna get retweets. Like,
It still got out there.
It did its job.
I reckon
but
if you look
mean-
at Burger King shares, they probably went up a bit as well.
No, but I don't know actually. It's just that shouldn't be the stance you take in such a
It
sensitive
really shouldn't be.
in such a sensitive environment
Yeah, really.
on
shouldn't.
International
to-
Women's Day, they knew.
on
it.
International
yeah.
Women's Day.
I think it's been like a really tough.
And
week,
I feel
I'm
like
not gonna lie, in
there's
terms
so
of-
many better ways you could have promoted that same ad. If you wanted to increase like women employment in your
if you've got scholarships, if you got, because it was like for culinary schools or something, they were increasing investment or something.
Yeah.
You could just literally say, yeah, we're increasing investment in culinary. Yeah, calm, just say that. You
Yeah,
don't
but
have
that's
to-
not gonna get any retweets though, man. It's just how it works.
Yeah, but it's not. But here's the thing: when it comes to something like this, it's about
Yeah.
increasing opportunity,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to they've got the completely wrong idea. There's a time and place for media and promotions. This is
it's like drawing the line.
Point.
innit?
Like, this is the point. This is where they've gone. They've just completely missed it.
It's drawing the line between what you say when you're trying to campaign something
Yeah, fact.
and then what you're saying that actually might harm a certain section of society.
Like if they
Yeah.
really wanted to make like an impactful media campaign, like go out, make like some emotive video,
yeah,
some
I think there's so
2
many
minutes
other
you
ways.
can
so
invest,
many
like-
other ways.
couple 100,000 light work for you, man.
Yeah,
There's so many other ways they could have gone about it. So many other ways.
yeah, but it opens the door to like another big issue that's happened in the United Kingdom over the past
Yeah.
3 days.
past- yeah,
I don't know,
Past
4
few
days. But yeah, the disappearance of
Sarah Everard.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't want to fumble the name up, but yeah, it was really disturbing, man.
Yeah, they found her body like just a couple hours
Yeah,
ago.
Just a
they
couple
confirmed
hours
it.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Condolences
it's
to the
just
family,
disturbing, man.
honestly.
Like to think that she apparently she was talking to her boyfriend,
On the way home.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she was walking in the middle of the road, and it still happened. Like she still got kidnapped, she still got murdered. Like it's just scary to think.
Yeah, it's scary. Even scary to think it could have been a police officer allegedly.
Yeah,
that's in
allegedly.
custody right now at this time.
A serving police officer.
Pardon?
It was a serving police officer
Yeah.
as well.
It's just crazy. It opens the door. Like I've been seeing a lot of discussion on Twitter and stuff about the entire situation, and one thing that a lot of women brought up, and like I completely agree with them, is like a lot of men who aren't as sensitive to the situation. They came out and said that not all men are like this. Not all
Yeah.
men are like this.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
saw
like
that trending on
that
Twitter,
should never
yeah.
be the argument
Yeah.
to a situation like this. It's,
And also they were like, "Oh, but this also happens to men. I'm also scared to
Yeah.
walk at night because of other men."
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't think it should never be like, oh, this has happened to you, but now let me bring in a situation that's happened to me as a male. It should never be that. You should
Yeah.
always like just consider, no, like something wrong has happened here. Like a lady's been attacked here, and it's not just a one instant thing. It's been happening for
Yeah.
years and years and years and years. And it's like, to at what point do men actually change, and you actually become aware of, okay, no, as a man, you shouldn't be doing something, or a lady shouldn't be changing. Or they shouldn't have like
Adapting
these
their
signals.
lives.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to
Yeah.
like call
Not protect
someone
your
up.
daughter, educate your son.
Yeah. It's like you should educate yourself if you're a man. Like, they shouldn't be the ones trying to take all these steps to protect themselves.
Yeah.
They should feel protected wherever time they walk out, whenever they walk out, wherever they walk out.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just
Yeah.
disturbing, man.
I think I really hate. It's a Twitter especially because it's crazy to think like some of the opinions you see sometimes, like the stance people take on things.
Yeah, that's just Twitter.
Yeah, I think I even tweeted today is like just discourse on Twitter about these sort of issues is just you're just gonna go mental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally
It's not real. Like
Because I don't see any flip argument to it. There's no flip argument to it.
yeah, there shouldn't.
There shouldn't be. There isn't.
Yeah, definitely.
There's
Did you
just
not s-
one clear argument to it. It's
Yeah,
just
and
women should be
after
protected.
like there were like 97% of I don't know who done the study, but it's like 97% of women have been sexually assaulted in their lives.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
97%.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know who
quote
done
came
the
up
study,
with it.
but like I just saw the graphic.
What?
Sexual
Yeah,
harass-
so sexually,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, my bad.
Yeah, it's, I mean, it was just scary to think, man. Like, we all have like, I have a sister. Like,
Yeah.
it's just scary, man. Like to think like this is what happens in the world.
Yeah, like eventually we may all have daughters and stuff.
Yeah, like yeah, it's scary.
I
Like most people would critique what you guys are saying right now.
Critique
so?
it in what way?
sense that, like, why do you have to personalize the relationship with women in order to understand?
Yeah, that's true as well,
Yeah.
you know.
But,
That's
but it's
true,
like
bro.
you know when I like walk, I like go out at like 11 o'clock or something. I'm just walking. Like I never think of
Yeah,
how it would be scary, but I'm actually okay. Yeah, if you're a woman, because the abduction happened at not even late. It was only like 9:30.
yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah, 8:30, 9:30 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I can't believe no one like really saw it or anything.
Yeah, no witness. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's irrelevant to the
Yeah,
situation,
yeah,
obviously
definitely.
now, because I feel like it's even scarier to think that allegedly it was a police officer,
Yeah,
that the people that meant to protect you, Like the people that you actually pay tax money for to protect you.
I
they're
think
the
it
ones-
highlights two big problems. Two big problems which country is. I don't know when they're ever going to deal with it, if we ever will deal with it. And the first thing is like educating young men on consent. And
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
because this country, not just this country, but a lot of Western countries, but just countries in general, just lag behind. There's no actual like part of the curriculum which teaches people this. I understand it's like some people will probably say that it's more than that. You know, you have to educate like people
Yeah.
yourself, but it's like schools because it's not easy, but it's like there's an avenue there which it will definitely get to some people. A lot of people,
Yeah.
if they're from an early age, if they're taught about consent, etc., they will learn it no
Yeah.
matter what. Like although their environment could affect it, but if schools are doing their part,
Yeah,
well,
schools are most definitely not doing their part.
Schools
Because
most
I'm
definitely
speaking
aren't.
just from anecdotes or whatever of just
Yeah.
my female friends and stuff. But in like year 10, year 9, like some of the guys
just never took
who I
seriously.
knew in my school were just hyenas, like straight up, like just groping, whatever, doing
That's-
whatever to women. And this was only year 9, year 8, year 10. And then
Yeah, it's
they've
crazy.
probably not been taught that it's wrong, and it's just gone from there.
Yeah, it's upsetting, man.
I think it highlights another big issue is especially in light of what happened last summer, is just like police systems, and it got me
Yeah.
thinking like the whole policing system is like, because in America, because I feel like it's, because what it ties down to is essentially just capitalism, isn't it? Because I was thinking about today the whole idea of just like the police system. If you think about it, it just traces all the way back to the roots of like Westernism and capitalism. It's so intertwined with our culture,
Yeah.
especially the way
Yeah.
the media portrays it. Like speaking of One Division, like historically, police, yeah, as bad as they are, they've always been portrayed in a good light. You've got so many media, like you've got like Hawaii 5-0 in the
Yeah.
UK. You
Yeah.
had like the bill.
You had
all these
CID
other-
in India.
NCI, like there's so
Shit
many,
like that.
there's so many like TV programs, media like forms that represent it in such a good way. And it's like, how do we actually deal with it? Because it's just so tightly connected to our like the culture of living in countries like this.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the flip side that shows the corruption and stuff in the police system, does it?
No, there's plenty.
No,
What
yeah,
is
but
that?
like, I think it's only for America. It's like prisons are a money-making business.
Even
for
in
these
this
guys.
country, this country's worse, I'd say.
But how so? Like,
I can tell you for a fact because I done in year 12 I done my EPQ based on the whole prison system.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And most prisons are privately have you seen G4S Securities?
Okay, no, I'm
It's
not.
like
I think
it's
I
like
have, you know. I
private
think I have
security
seen this
company. They
company.
usually get the contracts for like refitting banks.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
I have
is
seen
it
this
is it not Serco?
I don't know what it is, but it's just the logo says G4S.
G4S.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think I have
Um,
seen this G4S.
Yeah, and it's like they're the company that get outsourced a lot of the government contract, a lot of the prison contracts.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure nearly all prisons in this country are privately operated.
Oh wow.
They literally, that's the reason why. 'Cause have you heard of Strangeways before?
No, I've not.
Strangeways is one of the worst prisons probably in Europe. Like if you look it up, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Like
Damn.
there's a saying, it's gone up like Strangeways, so it's in reference to like Strangeway riots. So it's like something's gone up like Strangeways, like it's fucked, like it's
Oh.
shit's just goes like hit the fan, and it's just mad.
Yeah, and also like I just saw something on Twitter. It could be fake news, but like they were going through like metropolitan police officers who have like had previous charges, and it's like a severity thing, and they even let someone who's like been done for sexual assault before.
I'm pretty sure I saw something about you see the guy who's allegedly been arrested
Yeah.
in connection with this case. He done some dodgy stuff like just right before.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get a chance to fact check it, but I saw it earlier. Someone was speaking about it
Yeah,
on Twitter or something.
like I don't know if I just fell for fake news, but like they're
Yeah.
just going through this document where it's like police officer name and his charge, and like some
Yeah.
of the charges are like ridiculous.
Yeah.
and
I
these
feel like
guys
the,
are
the
protecting
background
us.
screening process needs to be
Yeah,
reformed ASAP. Like the people being hired into the police force, whatever. I feel like the requirement needs to be really it has to be really strict. The people that are analyzing
Yeah.
who gets into the police force, who doesn't.
I think on that topic, if there's one thing which I think would definitely, because I think problem is I think a lot of people say stuff like invest more money into the police force, invest more money into it. Like fair enough, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes, the idea that having more police would make you feel safer.
but we
is
need
you
more
go
good
off that
police.
basis.
but it's
that
the
police
right
does make you
people
feel
in the
safe.
police force.
What'd you say?
That's what they miss out on. It should be the right people being
But
hired.
here's the
into
problem
police
is,
force.
as things are, I just don't think there is a right kind of police force. Because the problem is with the police force is because big problem with police force is because in line with what the government does. So say for example, 10 years ago when since like the Tories came in 2010, like the police force has been stripped away with austerity. I think personally, there's something I've been thinking about quite recently. That I've done quite a lot of research on it. There's a lot of people theorized it. So the policing system should be its own system in itself. So there should be like a referendum where
Oh, independent from the government.
so there should be an independent body which controls the police and how it works. So like not like just law enforcement. There's a whole independent body that oversees it, makes sure that it sticks to certain guidelines that are independent of the government. Because the big thing with especially now, like I think this government has highlighted it, is they just don't care about like law enforcement. They don't care about prisons. In the past 4 years, have you seen how many people have? So you've got like member of the cabinet in charge for each area. The person in charge of prisons, the justice secretary. If you've seen how many times they've changed justice secretary over the past like 11 years, it's ridiculous. There's no one ever stays in.
Really?
Because no one ever gets anything done. There's even a whole white paper about it, about how much of change has happened.
And this in the UK.
In the UK over the past 11 years, nothing. It's got increasingly worse.
Yeah.
I did an EPQ on it 5 years ago now. It's got increasingly worse since then. Since then, there's been 5 justice secretaries. Every single one has done nothing.
Yeah.
Every single one has done nothing.
But yeah, just coming back to the Sarah Everard situation, it's just, I feel like the main solution to it is just men becoming more aware. It's like you can't expect females to constantly take
But
the
you have
step.
to take action then. That's what it just comes down to. Like in terms of like things you can take action on, it is literally educating people in school. I think
Yeah, it's just
a very big
pure
step.
education.
A
I
very
don't
big
like.
step.
I feel like we've reached a point now. This situation is a big stepping point to realizing that it can't just be women taking steps to protect themselves.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
be, the focus should be more on just educating men.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to start early, as I said.
Start
Yeah,
early,
definitely.
early.
Like year 7-ish.
Like I think
Yeah.
it definitely is like a responsibility for the government and any subsequent government to definitely make this a thing, and it's quite sad because a lot of people who have like come out and said like they've added like the relevant people, and
Yeah.
none of them have made a single statement. Which even with I don't know if the police made a statement on the
Nah,
registration yet.
I don't think they've had.
I don't know if the Met Commissioner said anything yet, but
No.
I've not heard anything about it. And it's like, so we're filming this as of like Friday evening. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
I haven't gone up my way to see it, but it's quite a shame that there's a massive thing like this. There's a police officer involved, and I'm just not seeing a lot of stuff from the police, from the Met, speaking
Yeah.
about this. Like this is like a very serious thing, and
Yeah.
and it's really, and I genuinely think it's been slid under.
Yeah,
the
like
rug.
this is my prediction. They're gonna like try to PR it like out.
PR out.
Yeah, then we like.
I hope not. To be fair,
Yeah.
I actually hope not.
And it's even worse because it's unfortunate because we're in the middle of a pandemic right now. I know things are slightly improving,
Yeah.
but so today there were like a bunch of vigils that were planned. I know a lot of people wanted to.
Yeah,
plan. We
vigils,
had
yeah.
one on Warwick campus today, but a lot of local police local police forces have said they're not going to allow it. I think bar one, they've all said we're not going to let any vigils go ahead. One of them said, yeah, we don't mind as long as it's socially distanced and people are wearing masks.
Yeah.
And I think, well done, fair enough to them that they've allowed that to go on. But I think there's a huge problem. It's being suppressed,
Yeah.
like genuinely being suppressed. Like there's serious concerns that are being suppressed.
Shouldn't
right
be.
Yeah, like, because I don't really use Twitter as like a real information source, but like
Yeah.
if you just see it like on BBC and stuff, it's very neutral.
now. Yeah, very, very.
Yeah,
neutral.
it's
and
not-
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's this whole thing comes down to it because the perpetrator in question is a member of the police force.
Allegedly.
I remember the
And
state.
a representative of the state technically.
Yeah.
And I think it just goes to show how deeply intertwined that like law enforcement or the institutions of law enforcement today are intertwined with government and capitalism
Yeah.
and society in general.
Yeah.
It's
R.I.P.
just
to
scary.
her. Condolences to her family
Yeah.
and friends.
It's just sad. It's just disturbing. You just pray that something like that doesn't happen
Yeah,
again.
definitely.
That's definitely.
Yeah, yeah. On another, I wouldn't say it's a sensitive topic, but another topic that really took light in the news today was not today, but this past week was the controversial Meghan Markle interview with
Yeah.
Oprah. Yeah, that was
Yeah, and then.
a lot of information.
Yeah, and then
to
what happened
consume.
after with how Pierce left?
Yeah, Piers Morgan left the
Great.
Good Morning Show.
Yeah.
Good Morning Britain Show. That's what
Yeah,
it's called,
yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah.
He's been there like our whole
6
life.
years? Yeah,
Oh,
since I started, I think since it became Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Media
like,
makeover
the
and everything.
Piers Morgan discourse with Meghan Markle is just stupid to me. I feel like
Yeah, it's very irrelevant. in
I
that
feel like it's
regard.
very irrelevant to that broader situation.
Yeah.
It misses the mark. Like
Yeah.
it's like
And it's too personal. It's
Yeah.
there's too much emotion involved. Like I was reading on Twitter something that
Yeah,
he had like
Piers-
a personal relationship with Meghan Markle or something.
Yeah, so like he went on a date with
Yeah.
Meghan, and then after
She went to a
she met
party
Prince
and
Harry.
Prince Harry, yeah, that was the
Yeah.
thing. That's what I saw. It's like, yeah, just to sum up what Bassi was saying, it's like she went on a date with Piers Morgan, and then after that she went to a party. It's all apparently, by the way. I don't know if it's true. Huh?
I think it was a date. They just went for drinks.
Yeah, they just went for drinks or something. It wasn't even
Yeah,
a date.
okay.
And then after that, she went for a party, and that's where she met Prince Harry, for the first time. And
Yeah.
ever since then, like Piers Morgan has just been taking it to heart. And I just think it's so stupid.
Yeah, but thing is, whenever I see anything from Piers Morgan, I take it with a pinch of salt. Like he's just doing it for like views, clicks,
Yeah.
anything. Like he's the
I just think
biggest.
it's
You know, it
stupid,
reaches the
man.
point where it's just like I don't. I think this is just
Yeah.
him. Like it's like this is. I think rightfully so. They finally got rid of him because.
No, but-
like,
No, I don't think they got rid of him though.
Yeah, he-
I
I
don't
think
get
they
rid of
got
him.
rid
I
of
think they said there was an ultimatum. They said you either apologize or you leave, and he's like, yeah, I'm leaving.
Thing is, I disagree. I think like Piers Morgan just runs ITV. Like he's their biggest asset.
Yeah.
True.
I just thought he was like, they're not taking action against. Well, I forgot what his name was, but like the co-host.
Alex Grisford.
Oh, the person that
Yeah,
made him
who
leave.
like brought up
Yeah,
the mega
Alex
Griswold. Yeah, yeah,
situation. They didn't take action, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm off." Like,
No, but irrespective, the
Yeah.
Good Morning Britain show is an ITV show that's supposed to portray the news to you. Who the fuck gives a shit about
Yeah,
Piers
but you know what?
Morgan's personal relationship with Meghan Markle?
ITV's run off like personal. It's run off opinion pieces. as a
Yeah,
big part
yeah,
of it.
But it shouldn't, right? It shouldn't.
No, but that's
Yeah.
if you. Like, thing is, if you're going to ITV, you know why you're going there. Like, it's,
That's true.
It's like,
Yeah.
especially like the face of ITV is what Philip and
Piers
Holly,
Morgan.
and it's like they're like a lot of what they say is very opinionated, it's just their own
Yeah.
personal opinions. Even Good Morning Britain, they brought Piers along because he's got controversial opinions.
yeah,
He says
Yeah.
stuff that a lot of people, rightfully so, wouldn't say, but he says it, and that's what brings the views in.
Yeah, I don't know. The Piers Morgan situation in connection with Meghan Markle was just stupid to me. I didn't really pay much attention to it. But what did you actually make of the actual interview and what she said about the royal family, like questioning her what about the baby
Thing is,
skin color,
I
there's
think
a
the
lot.
worst thing
There's
is
a
like
lot.
the royal family's reaction to it. 'Cause I don't know if you
Yeah.
saw yesterday with Prince William and Kate.
yeah, he did. They denied it. They're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Prince William said like the royal family is not racist at all or something. And
No, no,
Yeah.
there was
it's
another
looking
thing. I
to-
think the official royal family, so like the person who makes communications or something, like they will look into it. They didn't deny it. They said they will look into it. So it's like, they essentially by saying that so you're not denying it, so it clearly is a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like why are like parts of the royal family denying it altogether? Then your official.
Wait, were they? I don't think they said. I think I read that Buckingham Palace said they'll handle the matter privately or something. That was just it. They'll just handle.
But,
the,
yeah,
the
but there's
matter
no like,
privately with
there's
Meghan
no,
Yeah, there was no-
they didn't deny it at all.
They didn't deny it.
Yeah,
at
they
all.
didn't deny it. That's
And
yeah.
that's like okay, cool. So it clearly happened. So
Thing is,
yeah.
like I was very opinionated about the situation. Obviously, any form of racism against anyone disgraceful, but at the end of the day, like Prince Harry racist, like he's been using the word, and dressed up as a Nazi for like Halloween and stuff, very racist. And then, like my issue with Meghan Markle, I do have an issue with her, is that she happily accepted the royal wedding. She was happily a member of the royal family for 2 years, and then she only left in March of 2020. And then, for me, it's fuck all the members of the royal family, like regardless.
Abolish the monarchy.
Yeah, like
Pro
any member of the monarchy could get it. Like, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, because she was a part of it. I'm not trying to like downplay the fact that she was racially abused, because she was, and that the child was racially
That's
abused.
on smoke.
But yeah,
Like,
but
fuck the royal family.
yeah, it's just fuck all of them for me.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I think
The most racist family of all time is
Yeah.
now being racist. Like,
I think one thing definitely, or what Bassi said is that a lot of people, I think the opinions they've had is that they want to see reforms within the royal family. You know, like it is fuck the royal family.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fuck the monarchy. Like,
It's
would
just
you
abolish
expect
it.
change in some? Is what 1100-year institution, perhaps even goes even longer than that.
yeah.
Like you're not because I think people have to distinguish like the royal family is not just the royal family. It's not just a family. It's an institution which has. They've
It's a
got their own
business.
billions to protect. They've got their own image to uphold. They've got
Yeah.
their own jobs and stuff to maintain. Like
Yeah, and then they've just had to just lie through everything. You don't even know whatever comes out the royal family. You don't know if it's true or not. You gotta take it with a pinch of
Yeah.
salt.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about the
deception.
royal family. There's
I think the most like ridiculous
Crazy.
thing is the fact that there is a person here telling you they've gone through, like, she's literally said, I'm going through it. And like, people are like, no, like, they're not, like,
Yeah.
they said they're calling her a liar and stuff, like,
Yeah, yeah. And like I know like mental health is a very important like thing, and then
Topic,
like the whole agenda against Piers Morgan was like, oh, you're not looking after Meghan Markle's.
Yeah, you're not supporting her basically. You're not
Yeah,
addressing
her
her.
mental
he's
mental
health.
health.
not even that, he completely dismissed her, like her claims for suicide, like what she was saying,
Yeah.
like, I nearly committed suicide.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
claiming that it's all propaganda and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it makes it especially worse because Good Morning Britain and ITV, they're, in terms of like UK like broadcast companies, they're very big on like
mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've even got like whole sections on it. They've got their own doctors as part of the team. And
That's why it registered 41,000 Ofcom complaints.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think one of them was an official one by Meghan as well.
Meghan Markle, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, on like, I understand the abolish the monarchy agenda and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm not pro monarchy either because I don't really like the monarchy family for what they did to Diana and stuff. We will get
Yeah,
into
we'll
that.
get into that one.
But yeah, when it comes to the monarchy in the present day, don't you think they serve like a form of revenue in regards to tourism?
Not enough to
Ye-
justify it.
Yeah,
the UK.
and it's like fair enough. Like people come to see the monuments, but they never ever come to see the Queen,
and stuff.
like the princes and stuff. They came to see,
Yeah.
okay, this is where
Yeah,
the
but
Queen
like-
lived.
But it's
You know
like the
what
value the Queen brings to Buckingham
Yeah.
Palace, right? Like we were talking about this. Like Buckingham Palace, it's a
Yeah.
building. And the Queen, because she stays there, it's now Buckingham Palace, as in like it's a palace where the Queen stays.
But you know what it is?
And that's what attracts the
I
tourists.
swear the
right?
Queen doesn't even stay there.
She
bro,
does
right?
stays in Sandringham more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Um,
if you're a tourist,
Yeah.
let's say you're coming to the UK, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's where the Queen stays, right? It's Buckingham
I
Palace.
think that whole argument is so redundant nowadays. Because it's like,
Yeah.
for start, because if you look at like public opinion polls on like how much people care about
Yeah.
monarchies, they don't.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they don't.
I think this is like a Western myth, the way the media's portrayed it. That people,
Yeah.
people
Thing is-
purely come here just to see the Queen.
Yeah, like, and
Yeah,
also I
yeah.
feel like it's at this point where like the royal family's been involved in so much scumbaggery
Yeah.
that it's like we kind of need to be protected from it. The world kind of needs to protect from it.
Yeah.
Because if there's like scandals about the Queen, Prince Andrew, Prince Charles, they all came out. Imagine how Britain's gonna look.
I think it's
Yeah.
beyond that. It's they have way too much power. It's like they have way too much protection under the state.
Yeah.
Like Prince Andrew is quite literally a paedophile.
Yeah,
And there's no
definitely.
doubt without it at this point. All the evidence is there, and it's like they're still protecting him. They can't touch this guy. And it's like, what about his victim? What about like victims? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, the victims.
like he was nonsense
Who
before
gets
we were
justice?
even alive. Like
yeah, like who gets justice for that?
I know.
And it's like it's stuff like that. I think that we should genuinely. I think it's about time to have genuine discussions about abolishing her as a head of
The
state,
monarchy.
abolishing the monarchy as a head of state, and perhaps reinstituting our own elected head of state.
Yeah,
As a
'cause-
monarchy.
No. So how it works is so countries have like a head of state, then there's like a head of government. Some countries have like it's 2 in 1. Others have a head of state and then a separate head of government.
Right.
So I don't know how like it just depends what people want to see. But at the same time, yeah, here's the thing.
okay.
I'd like to see it as a referendum, but I just don't like
Yeah.
historically this country just doesn't have a good
Okay,
record of.
this is not really like relevant to it, but like
Yeah.
I'm in my Joe Rogan bag. This is a big conspiracy, right? I feel like what's happening is the Queen is now distancing herself from the rest of the royal family, especially Prince Andrew. I think they all are, and I feel like they're gonna throw Prince Andrew under the bus.
Yeah, at some point.
I feel like they have to
yeah,
now.
At some point
Yeah.
they have to.
Like because they said,
But what
even
he's
said
done, obviously.
the Queen wasn't involved in this Harry Meghan situation at all.
Yeah.
No idea about Prince Andrew, and I
Yeah.
feel like they would just want to throw him under the bus now. Just even though the Queen's probably been involved in loads of
Yeah,
scumbaggery.
I reckon it's probably damage control at this point.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
trying to
saying,
control
like-
damage possible, and at some point they
like-
will throw him.
Yeah,
It's
let's
all
get-
PR at the end of the day. It's all about saving image.
yeah.
That's just it. It's like they've had like this huge, the interview is like a form of exposure that
Yeah.
we as the public got to witness about the royal family. It's like so much got exposed about them, and now like I feel like the Queen, or not even the Queen, it's just whoever is in charge of PR. They're just trying to brush it off to make
Do
sure
you know what? I think at the end of
the
day,
image doesn't get dampened
It
as
doesn't. I think it doesn't matter because the problem is, say as much as you want about image, there's laws there that protect them. Because
Yeah.
you can say as much as you want about like PR everything. Next year, this April, they're still gonna get their bag. They're still gonna get their sovereign grant.
They're
They're
still
still
gonna
get all of
fucking
that.
live off our tax money.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it.
It's like bringing back to the question earlier about like do they have a value a worth to the country? I don't care how much they bring, what they represent. I want it gone because of that.
Yeah. And then, did you not see in the interview when Harry was bringing up the finances? I think that was the only bit of the interview which like actually got to me. Actually
What
annoyed
did
me.
he say?
Yeah, what did he say?
So it was like he was just complaining about how they cut the trust.
Oh,
because
yeah, yeah,
technically
yeah,
left
yeah.
the royal family. He was like, oh, but thank God Diana gave me this bit of money so I could still be here. It's like she's still with us. Come on, like just get a job. Like just like a regular person
Yeah.
who left the royal family. And how could you still be annoyed that you're not getting free money?
No, thing is, like, the whole money thing is redundant, man. Like, Meghan Markle is like, technically a princess.
Yeah.
She's still got high credits as an actor. There's the whole thing about Prince Harry approached Bob Iger of Disney to get her a job as a
Yeah.
as a
Oh,
voice
no.
actor.
Oh.
I can easily see that happening. I wouldn't be surprised if they get some reality TV show on E! News or something.
Yeah.
Like, especially how Americanized that whole interview was.
Yeah.
Like, them man are in their bag at this point.
Yeah, and even this whole thing could just be, I don't know, just a ploy by the royal family, just get views, get clicks.
I don't think
also,
it's
like,
royal family. I don't think it's royal family.
yeah, and I feel like,
I do think to some degree.
I don't think it's a ploy. I think Meghan Markle's claims about like mental health and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
I
that's
know.
definitely.
That's definitely
it's definitely not
but
fake.
like, why the royal family continue is the issue. Like, is the thing I'm thinking. So like, so you're continuing on. You know, you're gonna keep getting bad PR, bad exposure. So why do you keep
No, but
prodding
it
Meghan
doesn't.
Markle?
Because it doesn't matter like how much. The thing is, people like them, like they're untouchable because they're literally protected by the law. No matter how much PR,
Yeah.
no matter like how much bad PR they get, they're still.
It's like the one-
The monarch is still the sovereign like head of state for
Yeah.
however many countries. On that topic, I think what country was it that removed her as head of state?
Oh,
Was it-
who is it?
Was it Barbados? Might be.
Yeah, I think you know the entire like if you actually broke down the legal process of abolishing the monarchy, I don't think it would actually like be possible.
I think it's very very doable. Very very. Doable.
I don't think so.
Because
Like,
technically she has no constitutional powers. That's all been removed. She's literally like, it's all.
but she's the queen. It's her land.
No. But she has no actual power. Like it's all performative. It's
It is all
It's all for
performative.
show.
She does have power.
What?
She does have power.
Her power is the general public.
Yeah.
Bro, like I think we're like completely off.
Yeah, we're such a small.
We're such a minority.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, that is very true. To be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
they right out
And
for
it's
the
also
queen.
like you're trying to cancel the queen. Like so coming back to like everything Prince Andrew and stuff did.
Yeah.
They're uncancelable.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't
But
cancel them.
I
'cause they're
feel
the
like
royal
Prince
family.
Andrew is now slightly becoming
Yeah.
cancelable, so they just want to.
And that's because
Get
I feel
rid
like
of him.
yeah, like if you're coming back to conspiracies, like
Yeah.
you think the queen is just brushing him off, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
throwing him
starting
under
to
the
get
bus.
that.
House of Cards player.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like we're talking about on this level, but like, well and truly, this is probably beyond our like thinking.
The thing is,
Definitely.
I hear that. I can
Definitely.
really accept that. Like wherever we say it probably is not going to make a change, but it's still worthwhile having these discussions.
Yeah.
No, so
And
let's say that the public discourse, even if you took the majority public discourse and the public wanted to abolish the monarchy,
Yeah.
I feel like the
Yeah,
legal
I don't
process
think it'll
of
go
doing
through.
it,
But I wouldn't go through.
I think it would be very hard to abolish
Realistically,
the monarchy.
because the only way you could do it is a referendum. And the problem is, if there's one thing I don't think it's not that you can't trust the public. It's the fact that the way the media spins things and like the fact that a lot of media is owned by like right-leaning people.
Wait, could you do it as through a referendum?
Yeah, a lot of countries have got rid of their.
Technically, whatever it is, even when you think about the high streets, like you couldn't do it. Like, as things stand right now, you just couldn't do it.
So they couldn't put through a
Yeah, I don't
referendum.
think you could.
Like whether she has actual powers or not, symbolically, ceremonially, she's
I- Yeah,
So
she's the face of the UK.
every
that's
law
it.
that's passed, she signs off whether she's actually reading what it's about.
But do you
Yeah.
not? So could you not institute like or some kind of? So you couldn't replace her with an elective head of state, basically. You couldn't replace her with a.
Unless it was by force.
Theoretically, but
Yeah.
revolution.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Revolution. That's
yeah.
it. That is the only way you could overthrow the monarchy, the
Yeah,
queen, is through revolution. That's it.
The UK population have the maddest like dose of Stockholm syndrome. They'll never see the issue with it.
That is the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, I think over time, it's one of those things. Like, it's a matter of time. I think a lot of these. I think a lot of modern institutions are running on like borrowed time.
I know, but like everyone in this room is black or brown. But imagine like how 95% of the UK is white. They're never gonna touch.
Yeah,
But
never.
that is
No
changed.
one's touching
Even,
the queen for them.
like, given time, it will change.
Yeah.
That's just Twitter and London.
That is,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you're on
it's
LG on
very
Twitter
true.
too much, man. Like,
You're on Twitter too much.
UK's a big place.
Yeah, it
UK
a
is
big
a
place.
huge place, man, and there's so many different opinions, different areas of the UK.
Yeah, but most of these guys are running out for the Queen and the monarchy.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
No, but I do agree with that. I do think like the whole Megan situation, just like regardless of like the real points or
Yeah.
the real underlying issues that they are facing, the whole situation and discourse surrounding it is very disconnected from. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
like, you understand.
Okay, this is gonna be a bit controversial, but do you feel less sympathy when a extremely wealthy person talks about like mental health and what they're going through?
As in, is that on the argument that okay, there are so many other people that are facing way worse?
Yeah, like so. For example, if so Harry and Meghan they lost their primary source of income,
I
but now
wouldn't
they're
say-
at Oprah's house doing an interview. If a regular person loses their income, they're homeless.
I wouldn't say
Kids
so.
have gone.
I wouldn't say I would feel less sympathy,
It's
but I
only
would
this
feel
way
I would
this
feel
is portrayed,
sympathy
innit?
for them.
Yeah.
But I would feel a lot more sympathy for a person, an
Okay.
average person that's struggling.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot more sympathy for them.
Yeah. So then less sympathy.
No, but it's like I wouldn't frame it in the way where I would say I'm showing lesser sympathy towards, because mental health is like an issue. Like
Yeah.
it's just
I don't think you get.
I know what you mean.
yeah, you know what I mean. I don't want to say it in a negative way.
I don't think you have a choice in it because it's like a celebrity. The way they're
It is lesser sympathy.
it's
It's
the
not
way
mental health.
the way their situation will be portrayed to you
Yeah.
in the media. It's going to come across as more emotive as opposed to someone who you don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not. I don't think you have a choice in it. You're going to feel more involved in it.
Yeah, and also like so when I see like when Megan was talking about her mental health, like obviously I'm gonna be a bit like bad for her and stuff, but like I'm just being honest. Like when a rich person says an extremely wealthy person who was born into it, like Harry, like I just don't care as much.
Yeah.
There is one thing which I found. One thing which I found quite interesting was the fact that she said like prior to like getting involved with Harry, she never like looked into this or questioned
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening.
I feel like that's bullshit.
Like really, you're getting involved with the royals. Surely, like you'd have had this conversation. I feel like surely you've had this conversation.
most
with Harry
definitely.
beforehand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Harry's quote in Afghanistan about like him enjoying killing people and stuff like that. Like those are big deals at
He
the
said
time.
that.
No,
Yeah,
there's
I
stuff
remember
about
reading about that.
like how he just enjoyed being in Afghanistan and like.
Yeah, but
doing
he could
the
have
shit
been talking
he
about the
was
camaraderie part of it as opposed to the actual.
doing. No, but it was more like, like honor, like killing and stuff.
Oh, is he literally
Damn.
talking about killing?
Yeah. I can't get the exact quote, but like,
Okay.
yeah, it's
It's
something
all
to do with that.
allegedly.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then
Let's all take a guess. He probably did.
he probably
Like,
did.
he
Yeah.
probably-
You know, like this quote came
Maybe.
out. There was no video of
Who
it,
knows?
but like,
Maybe we're all factual people. We all
Well,
believe
if,
facts.
Yeah.
if that is the case, then again, it just adds to another long list of things that he's.
yeah,
Again, like, give him, like, to be fair, if we're gonna, okay, say he's done all this in the past,
yeah,
Megan's come along, she's changed him, she's helped him, like, improve as a person, etc.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, it doesn't change the fact that he's done it.
No, but obviously you're just not married. You're marrying the person, but you're marrying into the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most like racist family of all time.
Yeah, what it represent,
Like-
that I find, like, I just think that surely that you must have at some point.
Yeah, of
It
course
must
you would have known
like,
about
the whole, the pressure you would have felt from the family, it must have come into conversation at some
What do
point.
you guys think of like Twitter's portrayal of them? Like,
Oh yeah, no. How they're
so
romanticizing Harry and Meghan
It's
is
so, like
they
Jackson
haven't-
said, it's so disconnected from the actual
Yeah, I
point
think
itself,
it's
people are missing
disconnected
it.
from the actual problem of the situation.
People are just
Like-
missing the whole point.
Yeah, I feel
completely.
like people are missing the point with it. I feel like the point is the mental health aspect should definitely be addressed because it's a big issue.
yeah, but it's just one. It's just one person in the
One
world.
person. Yeah, one person in the world, but it's like it should, as in her situation, should be like you should use that situation as yes, mental health should be spoken about.
Yeah,
But then if you isolate it just to the topic of royal family and stuff,
yeah,
then you could bring in the argument that okay,
Here's
should
my
it?
problem with it. See, even like what you said just there, the whole situation started off because of the racism to the child. The focus
Oh,
on
yeah.
Meghan
Yeah.
and how it's all been portrayed as Meghan, Harry, like whatever's going on.
yeah,
That's abstracted from your like
The kid,
your
yeah.
corruption and experience.
yeah. True.
But I think the biggest, I think,
regardless of what was the case, but the whole dramatics around it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because the maddest thing of all of this is the fact that like people just didn't see it as a problem in this country. Like there was quite a few polls about how many people like
So as a problem.
saw it as a problem, and it was like, it was just mad, innit? It was just, I'm just lost for words. I just want to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the whole Archie situation, like this is a kid we're talking about. The way some people were just talking about it, The guy was just like, what?
Yeah,
The skin color thing was crazy to me.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, no doubt. But like, it's like racism, any regard should be obviously
Yeah,
very
definitely.
bad, very bad.
I
And,
think-
like
I
most
think-
racist family of all time
Yeah.
is now being racist.
Yeah.
I feel like it highlights your point in it. Like the skin color thing is like it's racist, but it's like the royal family's been accused of being racist in
Yeah,
the
but,
past.
like-
So it's
No,
like,
I
should
think-
it come as a surprise that oh my god,
I think
they're
I think the
racist?
main thing to take.
Even separate from that, the frame of the debate as us v them. Once you pick the side, you have to be against others.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why can't it just be fuck both of them? Like that's the side I'm on. Like
Wait, what do you mean fuck both of them?
like fuck Harry and Meghan, fuck the royal family. Like
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No, but the thing is, I think when you say like fuck Harry and Meghan, you're completely putting down like
Yeah,
at the center of the debate is the fact that she's faced racial abuse and her son has faced racial.
she's
abuse.
faced racial
Okay,
abuse and
okay,
mental
but
Not just the royal family; it's the media. It's generally the media itself.
Basically, I don't
It's
know
like-
the fuck Meghan and Harry.
Okay, no, it comes down to this, right? So when was the wedding? It was like 2017, 2016
2017.
or whatever. Yeah?
2018?
She was in the royal family for like 2 good years. She was a part of the royal
No,
family.
but even straight away, like they pretty much left the scene.
No, but like I don't believe that though.
She does address this in her interview, talking about how like, it was like they never really wanted. Okay, from what I remember,
Yeah,
they
she-
never really wanted to be part. But
No, I think that's.
No, it's like if she got married into the royal family, was she really accepted into the royal family and stuff like that?
But thing is, like she accepted all the royalties that came with it. She accepted like the amazing,
yeah, she accepted all the
public wedding.
powers, the public image.
I don't
the
think it's
fame.
Yeah,
worse than that. She has to
like the
take-
she was diplomacy.
Because okay, from the start, here's
No,
the
but
thing,
was
so,
she ever accepted into the royal family in the first place?
I know, but she accepted it herself. Like she
Oh, yeah.
wanted to take all the benefits.
She
from
got all
it.
the
No,
title
thing
and
is- the thing
benefits
is,
and
There's
stuff.
another thing because even like okay, so from her point of view, if she wants to get married to Harry, she has to go through all these theatrics because it's a brand, it's an institution, it's part and parcel of marrying into the royal family. You have to
No,
do all of that.
like
But she did say at the same time, like this whole thing, the whole idea of getting married in front of on TV and stuff was quite alien to her. So they got married 3 days before the actual ceremony.
okay, but
So they just had to
Okay,
say,
fair.
so if that is the case, so if she's saying that they got actually married 3 days before, this was just like a ceremony and just theatrics, then cool, fair enough. Like so from the start, she has wanted to leave, and I think genuinely,
no, things I don't buy that. I really don't buy that.
you don't buy that.
No, because she accepted everything that came with it. She accepted the wedding. She accepted.
But she, I think
All-
she's
all the
choosing
gifts,
that. So, like,
everything.
if you're really in love with
No,
this
if
guy,
you're really
marry him.
if you really don't like the royal family, and Harry was obviously like that.
I actually just
before
want to
that.
underestimate. Like, because what she's saying, she's underestimated how bad it would have been. So what I think she said altogether, like that she didn't expect this altogether.
Yeah.
Or she
Okay,
maybe she underestimated.
So,
but I
so,
think she
so you think it's more like, okay, she wanted to Harry and Meghan wanted to leave the royal family before the marriage, and like it was a decision that they made years ago.
I genuinely think
And
that.
then-
'Cause I think at some point Harry wanted out because especially with him compared to his brother, he like in terms of the media, like how he's been in the media, and then like with the whole treatment of his mother and stuff. I think he's always kind of been a bit outside of that bubble. Because especially the thing with William is because he's technically in line for the throne. Harry doesn't have that same. He doesn't have that. So it's like I think for him, given the fact that like his history with the family, I think Meghan was like a driving force for him. That yeah, I want to leave, but there's so many things that's stopping them. Because even when they first wanted to leave, they weren't allowed to, and eventually they said, yeah, you can leave, but you don't get anything. You have to.
Yeah, of
leave
course
everything."
they shouldn't get anything. They've
Yeah.
left the
See,
family.
I think his that demand. So I think one thing I do understand, I'm slightly like, yeah, why? So if you want to leave in it. Why do you want money from them?
Yeah, and also like, I feel like, so when Meghan married in, she married in, and she was
Yeah.
like, after 2 years, yo, I kind of don't like being a part of the royal family.
yeah.
Let's
But to
go.
be fair,
like.
because for the past year and a half, they've been away from it. So if anything, they were only. It's only that
It's only been 1 year, so it was literally March last year that they left, March 2020.
yeah, but even before that, they were still slightly separated from the royal family. Like they weren't like. I remember just hearing about it. Like they were still very disconnected from them. Because even from the start, she already had beef with Kate. She already had beef with other members of the family.
Yeah, but
Because even that is another thing that I think that's slightly gone under the radar is her like the aggression she's faced from Kate.
yeah,
The racial
yeah.
undertones of that.
I didn't like her mother like do a smear campaign against Meghan Markle or something crazy.
Kate Middleton's mom.
Yeah, so her mum was actually a part of like a campaign against Meghan Markle.
Flipping her, I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay, that's a different
Yeah,
point.
no clue.
Yeah, that.
I think the whole situation just highlighted like the attitudes of this country just stink still. Not just this
Oh
country.
yeah,
but
definitely.
In fact, predominantly this country, that people's attitudes just stink, and it's like it really is just. when is people just gonna change?
There's multiple other pressing issues at hand, man. Fuck the royal family.
Yeah, literally just fuck.
No, but I
away.
think that still misses the whole point because it's like.
It does miss the point.
Because this whole event has shown that people are just still fucked. Like,
Yeah,
people's
it does miss
reactions
the
to
point.
it, they just
No, but obviously there's been bigger things in the past that have highlighted like the UK's attitudes towards racism. This is just no different to them. But this
I
is
think
getting
this is a
so
pretty
much
big
more
one.
media
I think
spotlight.
this is I think this is a very big one because I think what people done was they took like the whole Meghan Markle situation, used it as free license to say whatever the fuck they wanted, and some of the shit that they're saying is literally pure shit. Like, shut up, like.
Give me an example, because
I saw quite a few. Again, it's like I understand it's like it's Twitter and it's the internet, so it's like you have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
of course.
But it's like people using that to give their other like tapped opinions on race and stuff. So it's like okay, I can't think of any specific ones right now.
Yeah,
but,
that's fine. To be fair, but yeah.
but I think the key thing to take away from this is say what you want about it. I think all it's going to show is that people like a lot of people still undermine like serious issues like race, especially like after summer just gone, and it's just been shown over and over again.
And mental health.
Yeah, mental
Race
health,
and mental health. I feel like if you actually took the broader topic from the situation, it's like you shouldn't be racist, you should support people that are struggling with their mental health. That's it.
Yeah.
That should be the base of it.
Yeah, but like it's like I know that like there's other stuff in the media that telling me things like that, like other stories where I've thought, oh wow, this is incredibly racist, or wow, mental health is so important. But like this one is just, I feel like there's so much more that we're just not able to see.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah,
no way
actually,
like the royal family have allowed this and stuff.
Oh, do you reckon there's like a bigger ploy at hand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. Like, we
I think
will
it's
never
like
we'll
that's
never
his
get it. We'll
conspiracy.
never
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, yeah. When it comes to all families, it's like when
It's-
it comes to like
it's
institutions
conspiracy.
like that, all institutions, anything on the books because like
Yeah.
they have the power, they've got the influence. They can
But
do
at
it.
the end of the day, we could do this interview. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, they're still rich as fuck. Like, and then life carries on for them.
Yeah.
They'll probably get new
40
opportunities.
million behind the savings.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what? I think an additional thing is that like that they're no matter where they go, they're subject to like people questioning them.
No, I don't think they are though. I feel like they're like king and queen right now.
In
Like, they
America,
get- and
thing
they
is,
have
in
some
America, I
opportunities.
reckon they'll get along swimmingly. Over here, yeah, like they probably have like they probably don't have like good taste, but in America, I think they're calm.
Yeah.
Like,
But like,
people love them.
it
The
just
whole
shows.
idea of like American, like think about like historically, the past sort of 50 years, American films and stuff. The most perfect, like happy ending love story. American marries a prince. Like Americans love that. Did you see the way it was, like, the whole thing was
Yeah.
commercialized,
Yeah.
monetized? 150K for a 30-second ad slot. For what? It's a normal interview.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. It's a big issue.
But for me, it was like, okay, so we're talking about Meghan's mental health. That was all on the news for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But like, imagine the people that lost all their money in the football index. Like, no one gives a fuck about them.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
rich.
Yeah, but that's not what drives the papers, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like you should take this situation, take the broader aspect of people should be aware of mental health as an
Yeah.
issue, and then apply it to the people that actually need it.
And
the
also
average person.
apply this, right? So everything we hear about the royal family, we automatically think, okay, that's bullshit. Like fucking the Prince Andrew cover-ups and all this. Like, why is this any different? I just don't believe anything that comes out of that family. I just can't.
That's fair enough, actually. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fair
fair
opinion.
enough.
Like, there's bigger forces at hand. We'll just never get it. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't get to get it. Yeah.
Right, I think we've hit I think we're over time. But yes, to end it on a light note, this is a light question. So seeing that the UK shit with the royal family
yeah.
and just shit that's been happening, if you had to move to one place in the world, not the UK, where are you going?
Moon.
In the world, on Earth.
I'm going to Florida, man.
Florida.
Florida.
Miami.
Florida.
That's a Florida. We go to Miami.
No, I'm not going Miami. That's what.
Oh, he's
that's
going
what
Miami.
Yeah, I'm going
Florida,
Miami.
Miami.
So
man.
podcast is fuck America.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, I never said fuck America.
Florida's like the exception to America. It's not America.
You know what it is, yeah,
country.
like, if I
Different
had,
shit goes on.
say what you want, if I had like shit amount of money, I probably would go America. So
Yeah, but thing is with like California, and New
Really?
York. So
Of all the places on the planet, you'd go.
it's like a playground there, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also imagine like being in California,
Go to
where
Dubai.
it's America, but it's not America because you don't get the same laws everywhere else in America. Do you know what I mean? So like, I
Oh
would-
yeah, state laws. The state laws.
so like
yeah,
you
yeah.
live in California, but you
It's
can't have a
different
gun or some shit.
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
live in New York, you
Mad.
can't have a gun.
It's different laws in different states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Dubai, yeah, cool. If
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
trying,
go
like,
Dubai.
if I'm trying to be
Dubai
like
playground.
opulent, I'll go Dubai. If I'm just trying to go do whatever I want, I'm going to America.
Yeah, I'm going to America.
Within
just-
reason, of course. But
It's
yeah,
interesting,
I wouldn't mind like going to like a field.
I was
Renting
thinking
a
about
tank,
this today because
run
we were
up
talking
cars
about
and
Singapore earlier.
Yeah.
I look, we go to Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah, I just think it's so modern.
Yeah, but the laws are
everything.
strict
The
there.
laws are strict, but I'm a person that follows the laws.
Well, of course. we know that.
I'll abide by the
Yeah,
law.
yeah.
You all
Yeah,
know.
I would love to stay in Singapore.
I know there's plenty of places to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Canada's
Canada.
No, no. But for me, I'm staying here in the UK. Best
Nah,
country
but-
in the world, man.
Nah,
I'm staying right here.
The thing is, yeah, like
all the slander against the royal family, the UK.
we've been doing bits of the vaccine, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
we have.
Yeah, and look how Europe's just trying to downplay us all the time.
Yeah.
Now it's Denmark who just said,
Yeah.
"Oh, AstraZeneca's not
Do you
safe."
want to speak about that?
Yeah. What did Denmark say? What were you saying about Denmark again?
Okay, so I think it's Denmark. I'm pretty sure they suspended the use of the
AstraZeneca, yeah.
It's a single
Yeah.
vaccine.
because one person's died from it. So just going over it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, bro, I'm telling you,
Well,
it was Germany first that tried to downplay Oxford AstraZeneca because Pfizer's way better. Proved wrong. Macron's still on his bullshit about the Oxford AstraZeneca's not safe, and now Denmark after
Do you
one
know, it's
death.
because we've got the most buying power right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to put it down to try and get the prices down, and I just don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, and also we just got the Novavax 60 million doses yesterday of a new vaccine. That's like not 100%
Mad.
against hospitalizations.
crazy.
Thing is, yeah, like you know, our biggest fear is because again, like the rate at which like the vaccines have been mobilized, like we're still at risk because if shit does hit the fan, we're at risk of creating like a vaccine-resistant coronavirus strain, which would be the most
which
fucked
is
thing
fucked.
for.
I don't even know what to think
Should we
about
say?
that. I
And
don't
I
know what to
think
think about
The
that.
UK, if that ever does become a thing,
I don't wanna
oh
think
my
about it.
Yeah, what a UK thing to happen though, innit?
Yeah, what a
Like, when
UK
things
thing
are
to
looking
happen.
good, they just need to fuck off a bit.
Oh,
We
I
always
don't
need
wanna
to keep
think
us
about
grounded,
that,
do you not
man.
think?
That's fucking crazy if that happens.
So
You
far,
just-
so good.
The
but
COVID is just you
Yeah.
can't defeat it.
You
You
can't
can't
defeat
defeat COVID.
Yeah.
comes
That'll
back
be
and
fucked,
ravages
man.
us.
Nah.
Just on your point, is it that bad that they're trying to drag down the price? Like, doesn't it just make it more accessible?
No, but it's just always been this thing where EU elites have just hate on UK stuff.
But is it
Yeah,
because
'cause-
it's a private company?
Yeah.
It's different COVID vaccine competing for the top notch. Like,
Yeah,
it
true.
doesn't make a difference if it comes from the UK if it comes from somewhere else.
Yeah, true say. But
It's interesting you say EU elites trying to hate on the UK when the UK is trying to leave the EU because we
no,
hate.
but obviously, like we left in a good manner, but now they're
Yeah.
just trying to hate on us,
You
man.
think we left in a good manner?
we didn't leave it a
No,
good
but even
manner.
to be fair, like, the UK has just completely ignored things they have signed up to.
Yeah.
Dealing
Yeah.
with the COVID-19
Yeah, yeah.
pandemic anyway.
Yeah, true say. I think like Boris missed like 5 Cobra meetings or whatever.
Bassie's like on his phone now trying to book a flight to Florida and let me get the fuck
You
out
didn't
of
speak to
here.
Keir Starmer for like 6.5 months or something.
Yeah.
There's no communication between.
Yeah,
like,
it's
the
fucked.
government
The
and
UK handled it
politicians.
poorly.
No, yeah, we handled it poorly, probably till like December.
I think we're
It
still.
was like December.
I
okay,
think right now, like, if it's by virtue of the fact that like hospitalizations have gone down, we appear to be handling it. But I think if in terms of handling in general, it's bar the vaccine, it was pretty shit.
No, but do you not think we got really unlucky with that B27 variant?
Oh,
Because
the
that was like
Brazilian-
70% more.
You know what's
transmissible.
interesting? Because you know, the past few days, there's increasing evidence just that it just never existed.
I don't
I'm
think
sort
it
of think
existed.
like
I don't think it
so
existed.
like
Actually,
when-
that's cap. I definitely think
no,
it
no, but
existed.
I definitely thought that like because yesterday's hospitalizations and death was so low, but like how could it be if there's variants still about?
No, because that there's an additional thing is they found the one person who happened to have the variant,
Oh yeah, I found that.
and
There
it's
was a
like
whole
they
dilemma.
wouldn't give anything else about it. They just
Yeah.
said,
No,
man,
that's the Brazilian one.
That's
yeah,
the
the man
Brazilian.
with
He's talking about the
Brazilian
UK.
I'm
variant.
talking about the UK variant.
Yeah, the UK
B27.
variant. Like
So the one that
they
was
claim,
out in December first.
They claim they originated in South Africa. or some
oh
shit.
yeah. I think there's so many variants. You know.
So many
Yeah, but this was the UK variant. the best
I
one.
think I think the media like focusing on that is just to like it's scapegoating just scapegoating, innit? Just trying to put other countries under the bus. Like, oh no, we're not that bad. They're variants all across the world. Like they're bad as well.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully this vaccine rollout actually works. Hopefully the vaccine actually works.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, so far, so like it seems to be
Yeah,
busting.
it seems to be working. It seems to be. Hopefully lockdown obviously ends on
Yeah. I still think at some point, like, these men need to be held to account for completely ignoring scientific data.
Definitely.
Because the original science said make sure you administer the vaccines
Definitely.
2 weeks apart. Or from 2 weeks to 6 weeks to 12 weeks with no according time scale right now. All they're doing is get the first vaccine out. Whatever happens after that, good luck to you. Yeah, it's fake.
Do you not remember like last year, like even longer than a year ago, when they were suggesting herd immunity?
Yeah, at the start.
Yeah, like imagine how many people would have died
Yeah.
because that was the original plan.
Thing is, yeah, I don't think it would have been much different to as many people have died now. Because the problem was they didn't stick to a single thing. Because that's what made.
I think the number of deaths could have definitely been reduced.
Yeah,
Because there was a lot of so there's a lot of so the Imperial University they released a lot of data on it. So I think if you go back from what I could be wrong about this, but if you go back and looked at the number of deaths that they predicted would occur if they did herd immunity, so it was like if we go straight for herd immunity, we'll technically be wrapped up with COVID by November, which avoids having to deal with like a worse winter strain. And so that's what the original plan was. Then they just backed out of that and they went into the whole lockdown process and just constantly coming in and out of lockdown, and that just aggravated the whole. Because from the start they said over winter it's going to be worse. Like that was without a doubt.
Also, I feel like how they opened the schools, the timing of that was just very incorrect because.
As
so-
in right now, March 8th.
The point was that so you know when there's cold weather, the R rate like jumps up.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So now March we're experiencing like a very cold whatever time, and then they've opened schools literally when it started. So now cases are starting to like creep up a bit.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
But to be
even
fair, they're
paid
always
attention
going to.
to
As
it,
soon as you start
Yeah.
opening stuff up,
Do you not think that kids need school at this point? Like, kids actually.
they
need
do
school?
under like the right circumstances send the kids back to school. Because here's the thing, teachers are still not included as like a priority group for vaccines. There's no like because if there's one thing that we can critique the government on is the whole system for like operating like a like a priority vaccine system which is flawed. Like it didn't really follow any scientific data. All it did was preserve their voting base. The older generations who actually happen to vote for them, you get the vaccines out for them first. They thank you because they've survived, and that's all it was.
Ooh, I didn't never thought.
Because
about
there
it
was
like that.
because there's a lot of talk about this even when because here's the big thing about this government is they're very selective about what they do themselves and what they let independent bodies do. The right thing from the start, especially when it came to administering vaccines, would have been to set up an independent body to oversee all of that, and that's what a lot of countries have done.
No, I feel like we just didn't have time for that.
Cap.
Our death rates were so bad. So, like,
If we get like 1K a day when
Nah, man.
Oxford AstraZeneca got approved.
Because
Yeah.
other people are at risk. Like, other people are dying.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you can't just
fair
get-
enough.
And which teacher would just take it knowing that an older person would need it? Do you know what I mean? There's, like,
Yeah.
you have to go
Yeah,
by matter of importance.
importance.
Yeah, I reckon we'll get our vaccine soon. Like
I
way
think-
I
sooner
think
than
it's
expected.
June, right?
I think by the end of June, everyone's going to have a first dose.
Yeah.
That's the current
June,
time
yeah.
scale. And I think what they said is they're looking to increase it as well. So by end of June latest, everyone should have the first vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'll come back to his point. Like he was like, "Do kids need school?" But like around March time, I was still fucking about in school. Like I didn't learn.
To be fair, they cancelled exams and everything.
I can't lie. So
They've cancelled exams and everything, so it's at this point, it's like
Yeah.
I don't know why they rushed into reopening schools. I think because they had like
Kids. Like,
Early development, yeah, true.
oh okay yeah.
If you have siblings, you know.
Yeah, no, that is true. Especially parents as well. It's tough on parents.
Yeah.
Parents
have their jobs to do.
Yeah, people have jobs to go to, but yeah.
yeah, damn. So like, yeah.
It's just crazy.
As long as they're reading and stuff, just getting the early development, they should be calm.
I think it'd be interesting at some point. Someone should definitely look into how this generation of kids was affected.
We'll see in a few years.
Well, we'll see in a few years because there's literally like thousands of kids who essentially just missed out on a year of learning.
Us as well.
And it's the whole point of
We're
like,
part of it.
like you know how we
Yeah.
learn as kids is through communication and talking and like reading, seeing
Yeah.
new words, and they've lost like a whole year of early development.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
yesterday on Twitter I saw this video. It was like a TikTok of some woman had taken her daughter to the park, and this is the first time this kid has ever seen other people that's not the mum. And there's
Wow.
and it's like there's like this 10-month-old kid who's just like at the park just looking at people, and it's like
Holy shit, I never thought about that.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and also I'm back in my Joe Rogan bag, right? Do you not think it's suspicious how like kids just don't get affected by COVID?
No, because they.
Why not?
Because when they're younger, their stem cells are
It's
like
immunity,
you can-
innit?
their immunity levels are
just
much higher
immunity.
because they still have like active stem cells that can.
It's just
change.
high immunity, that's it.
Yeah,
There's no conspiracy about this.
This
It's
is
just
what
high
we
immunity.
do, the science there.
I don't know. It seems a bit bad, mate.
It's
Alright, cool.
It's just
Okay,
high.
what is your theory?
Yeah.
So what's your founding behind this theory?
It's like if kids were dying from like in a pandemic,
Yeah.
like the world's fucked. Like
Yeah.
like this is like anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like anarchy. Okay, little kids are dying. Oh my god, we're so screwed. But like, because kids are just not affected by it. They don't even need to wear masks. They're so calm. It feels a little man-made in my liking. That kids aren't getting affected.
It's all viruses, isn't it? Like colds and stuff like
This
that.
takes you back to the game. Yeah, we played that game Plague on your phone.
Yeah.
So if you haven't played this game,
They've tweaked it a bit so like kids
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
get it, so we don't
I
freak
think-
out too much.
I think additionally, especially like
have you played that game? It's called
like,
Plague.
No, I remember when you guys
We were playing it last year.
Yeah, I was playing it
This
before
time last
COVID.
year, yeah. I remember that.
Oh man.
I think additionally with like kids, like especially a disease like this is spread through like coming in contact with people. Like kids are like less, especially like because you've been like social distancing. Your kid's like not gonna go out and do the groceries and stuff. It's like people, like it's adults like more likely to.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, sure.
I've not really seen any news about kids dying. Like,
I mean, kids have died.
Kids
It's probably not something that you want to put on the news.
no, I feel like it needs to be on the news, and I check the news every day. I've not seen.
It's probably not like that serious of an issue because kids are like probably the least affected.
They're healthy, innit? Immunity. It's just
Like,
Cause
like
Community, or like, are they really that developed? Is a baby
no,
really
a
that
healthy,
that has developed?
a healthy child is.
Wait, the thing is,
a
what
lot
are you
more
trying to
immune.
argue?
No, I'm not trying to argue.
No,
like,
he's just trying to draft out a conspiracy,
Just-
right?
you know what, like,
It's,
do kids really have the best
codes,
immune
man,
systems?
they-
Like, you have
No,
the
no,
best
they do.
immune
I
system.
mean, scientifically, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
scientifically, yes, yeah, you do.
because when you're younger, you have access. to
Consider
more
the
stem cells
factors
and
of it. How long have you been on the planet? 21 years.
Yeah.
A kid that's 10 years old, you've been exposed to a lot more pollution than the kid has. So obviously, you have a low immunity.
stuff. No,
than the
'cause I'm
kid
pretty
No,
sure.
but I swear I got like more B cells, T cells, all
I'm pretty
this.
certain kids produce more white blood cells.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think it's scientifically proven. We're not qualified enough to say it. But I think kids do have a.
Yeah, facts. I think we should all think it was a giant shit. Because it's all wrong.
Kids definitely have a high immunity. Like it's definitely proven by science that kids have a high
So
immunity.
Spider-Man means
So you have a higher immunity, so your immunity goes down. It's like that.
as you get older.
Yeah, because you're just
Yeah,
exposed to a
something
lot
really
more
more
stuff.
susceptible.
So, because I think it's like we get bare immunity when we're like 20.
I think it's a bell curve, you know. Actually, yeah.
I don't know. No, how can it be a
No,
bell
that
curve?
wouldn't make sense.
How can your immunity be higher when you're older?
Yeah. I don't know. Actually.
No, it's like that. So,
Yeah, bell curve. Yeah. That's a bell curve.
So we peak around like 20, like we got the best immunity, but then like babies really have that good immunity. I don't know.
Nah, babies are shit.
So how come they ain't dying?
Well, I guess like babies just aren't exposed to it. Parents are probably more.
No, but like they're born in hospitals and stuff. Like
Yeah, but hospitals are probably the most safe.
I don't know.
Maybe,
You'd have to
maybe
research
because the
it.
number of babies in this world has probably gone down. So in proportion to like the number of adults dying, it's insignificant.
I don't know, man. It just seems a little bit fishy.
Babies were dying, we know that.
Yes, what I'm saying.
Like, babies aren't dying. Like,
No, yeah, I think babies
Well,
are probably
to
aren't
be fair,
exposed.
If I actually think about this, so people who are more likely to have underlying health conditions,
Yeah.
well, probably will, like this is not for like a college of science, but underlying health conditions probably just for like, you know, older
Just a bunch of bombs.
Okay, I'm just saying that. I feel if nah, not really. It doesn't do that.
It's conspiracy. You're throwing out conspiracy. in the universe, hoping.
I'm on a podcast. I might as well be Joe Rogan for a bit. Mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we should call it there.
Yeah.
We've overshot time quite a bit, but
Apologies.
Nah, no worries. Lovely to have you on, of course.
Pleasure to be here.
Next
Thank
week,
you for having
next
me.
week you'll be back there. Obviously, passing comments as
Yeah,
always. How we love it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
definitely.
Thank you, Percy.
Thank
Thank you for
having
coming
me,
on.
Man. Thank you, Naheed.
Obviously, hopefully you stay.
No, I got it. Like,
Yeah, go
comment,
for it.
share it, subscribe, post notifications, follow us on Instagram, follow us on
TikTok.
TikTok, and we'll make a Twitter after this.
Yeah, that's
We've
it.
got a lot of great content coming out.
Lot of
Yeah.
great
A
content.
lot of great content. So
Yeah.
We got artists coming on,
Yeah, we got artists, we
Yeah,
got,
we got
musicians
we got
coming on.
Instagram influencers, we got
models.
models.
we got some exciting stuff for you, but we've got some additions to the setup as well that hopefully you'll see soon.
Yeah, look out for it.
Yeah, look out for it. We're trying some stuff. We're trying to expand the brand. But yeah, hopefully stay to the end. As you heard from Bassi, make sure you subscribe, like, do all of it. And yeah, we'll see you next Wednesday. Take care.
Peace.